रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः. Uttarakhand, chapter number 30, Ravana and Kumbhanasi. The recitation begins now. Having thus given the command of a huge and dreadful army to Uttara and consoled the sister, Dasagriva was satisfied and freed from anxiety. Thereupon that highly powerful lord of Rakshasas with his followers entered an excellent garden in Lanka named Nikumbila. There he saw, filled with hundreds of sacrificial posts and altars, a sacrifice being celebrated as if burning in its lustre. And he beheld his fearful son Meghanada too, clad in antelope skin and holding Shikha and Kamandalu. Having seen him there and embraced him by his arms, the lord of Lanka said, "What are you after, O my child? Tell me the truth." Thereupon the foremost of the twice-born ones, Ushanas, or Sukracarya, of austere penances, wishing the prosperity of the sacrifice, said to Ravana, the Rakshasa chief, "Here I shall relate to thee everything, O king. Thy son hath met with the fruits of many a sacrifice, Agnishtoma, Ashwamedha, Bahusubarnak, Ratsuya, Gomedha, and Vaishnava. And being engaged in this Maheshwara sacrifice, which is incapable of being celebrated by men, thy son hath obtained boon from Pashupati himself. He has also obtained illusory powers which create darkness or ignorance, namely of ranging in the sky, of being eternal, of ascending a celestial car which courses at will, and of creating darkness. O Lord of Rakshasas, these illusory powers being used in a conflict, even the celestials and asuras shall not be able to perceive his course. Besides, he has obtained a quiver, the arrows whereof shall never be exhausted, a bow which is hard of being got by, and a dreadful weapon which destroys enemies in conflict. Having obtained these boons, thy son, O thou with 10 faces, and myself, the sacrifice being finished, have been waiting to behold thee." Whereto Dasagriva replied, "You have not done well, as you have worshipped with divers articles my enemies, Indra and others. However, what is done is done. There is virtue in this, no doubt. Come, O gentle one, we shall go to our house." Thereupon, going there with his son and Vibhishana, Dasagriva got down all those damsels, speechless with tears, gifted with auspicious marks and precious females of the celestials, Danavas and Rakshasas. Perceiving his vicious desire for those damsels, the virtuous-souled Vibhishana said, "Ravana, thou dost still follow thy own whims, knowing that people are injured by those actions which destroy piety, wealth, and fame. Having slain their kinsmen, thou hast brought these beautiful damsels hither, but disregarding thee, O king, Madhu has carried away Kumbhanasi." Ravana said, "I do not understand all this. Who is that Madhu who has been named by thee?" Worked up with ire, Vibhishana said to his brother, "Here, the fruit of thy vicious actions hath arrived. There was an old Rakshasa celebrated for his wisdom, known as Malivan, the elder brother of Somali, our maternal grandfather. His granddaughter is Kumbhanasi. As she is born of our maternal aunt Anala, she is virtually our sister. Thy son being engaged in the sacrifice and myself being under waters, she was stolen away, O king, by the powerful Rakshasa Madhu. Kumbhakarna, O great king, was then asleep. Having slain all the powerful Rakshasas and thy counselors, he had stolen her away, O king, who was in thy inner apartments. Hearing this even, O great king, we have pardoned and not slain him. An unmarried girl should be given away to her husband by her brothers, but that has not been the case. This is merely the result of thy vicious actions, wicked-minded as thou art. And this thou hast met with instantly, so the people say." Hearing the words of Vibhishana, Ravana, the lord of Rakshasas, became agitated like an ocean by the recollection of his vicious deeds. And enraged with blood-red eyes, the 10-necked demon said, Get my chariot ready soon, and let all the heroes of our party be prepared. Let my brother Kumbhakarna and other leading knight rangers, armed with various weapons, ascend their conveyances. Having slain today in that encounter that Madhu who is not afraid of Ravana, I shall, encircled by my friends and desirous of battle, proceed to the region of the celestials. Thereupon issued out for battle leading Rakshasas, 4,000 Akshoni strong, taking various weapons. Commanding them, Indrajit preceded the army. Ravana went in the middle, and Kumbhakarna was in the rear. The virtuous soul Vibhishana remained in Lanka, being engaged in pious observances. And the rest of the leading Rakshasas proceeded towards the city of Madhu. And all the Rakshasas went, covering the sky, some on donkeys, some on camels, some on horses, some on quick coursing porpoises, and some on huge serpents. And beholding Ravana proceed, hundreds of Daityas, inimical to the celestials, followed him. Having arrived at the city of Madhu and entered there, the 10-necked demon did not behold Madhu, but saw his sister. Thereupon, being afraid of the king of Rakshasas, Kumbhanasi, with folded palms, touched his feet with her crown. Having raised her up, the Rakshasa chief Ravana said, "No fear, what can I do for you?" Whereto she replied, "O king, O thou having long arms, if thou art pleased with me, do not slay my husband today, O conferrer of honors. It is said there is no other fear like this for damsels of high pedigree. The greatest of fears is that of being a widow. Be thou truthful, O king of kings. Do thou look towards me who am thus begging. Thou hast thyself said, O king, no fear." Being thus addressed, Ravana said to his sister there, "Do thou tell me speedily where is thy husband. I shall go with him for conquest to the region of the celestials. Out of pity and love for thee, I refrain from slaying Madhu." Being thus accosted, the Rakshasi, being pleased, got her sleeping husband, the night ranger, up and said, "Here is my beloved brother, the highly powerful Dashagriva. Being desirous of conquering the region of the celestials, he prays for thy help. Do thou therefore proceed to his help, O Rakshasa, with all thy friends. It behooves thee to help him, who out of affection for me hath prayed for thy help." Hearing those words, Madhu said, "So be it." And approaching a little, he beheld that foremost of Rakshasas, and duly welcomed Ravana. Being thus honored, the highly powerful Dashagriva spent one night in Madhu's house and then addressed himself for departure. Thereupon, reaching the hill Kailasa, the abode of Vaishravana, the lord of Rakshasas, resembling Mahendra, encamped his army. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunamte Chakravarti Dhanurjaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam.